All right, inbox collectors, close your eyes. We're gonna open this thing. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are finally taking a look at the latest release from Four Horsemen Studios Figura Obscura line, Sun Wukong, aka the Monkey King. Before I get started, I need to give two hefty shout outs. One to my buddy Juan. He called me last Saturday offering me his Sun Wukong to review, but I told him I would wait to see if it would ship later in the week. A couple of days later, I actually had FOMO because I was not seeing my stuff shipping. And my other buddy, who I want to give another quick shout out to, Alex, I'm gonna tag his Instagram right here. He posts out on the Cabal. He's another Chicago collector and he got 3 of his Sun Wukongs in here. So I told him I was pretty jealous. He actually offered one of his in trade of mine for later. So this is it. This is where we're at. So thank you so much, Alex. This is awesome. I am super excited to finally get my hands on this Sun Wukong and take a look at it with you guys. And before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging first. This artwork is so cool at a glance. Inbox collectors are gonna love this one because Nate Barch does such an amazing job. Let's go ahead and take a look at the front. We see an awesome picture of the Monkey King, and there's a cool gold foil, as you can see right here. Sorry about the ring light, but as you can see, there's some shine. We see Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, with the Four Horsemen logo. What's really cool about this packaging in general is that it reveals other characters. So just taking a look all around the corner, can we expect a tiger? Can we expect a goat man or a wolf or a bird? We also got 2 more figures over here. We don't know who these guys are. We got a pig and a person. So maybe there's a team involved. I don't know. We can only speculate at this point, or it could just be teasers, guys. Who knows? In the back itself, it has a crazy amount of text, guys. Go ahead and pause where you want because I am just gonna go right through there. There you go. So the back itself is like a little novel. The side over here, you get a pretty cool look at Sun Wukong, the painted head. And there's the Four Horsemen logo. On top is a window. So you can't really see in here because it's pretty dark, but I'll try to show the effect of light going over it. But yeah, this is cool. And I think here we got the credits. So you can see everyone that's involved with Four Horsemen Studios. But that's enough. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. All right, inbox collectors, close your eyes. We're gonna open this thing. And with the packaging off, without the plastic, this looks so awesome. Love the matte with the freaking gold, but this is cool. So let's just open this up together and take a look at this figure. Wow, holy cow. All right, little bits of smudges here, but there's so much to take in. There's so much to take in. Let me settle this down real quick for you guys. All right, so similar to all the other Figura Obscura lines, you get an open window package right here alongside some beautiful artwork that you can use as a background. Obviously also done by Nate Barch, but it's a nice like thick cardboard material, which there's some weight. And what's nice about this is that it's magnetic. So keep the package, guys. Keep your packages if you can, because this is just an awesome one. So, oh, taking a look on the side, I did not know this. Who is that figure? We don't know who that is. Also, there's a white horse over here and a dragon. Guys, wow, there's a dragon here. That's funny. So more hidden stuff. That is always fun to see. And before we take it out, I promised to put a light over the dome. So as you can see, it's kind of hard for me to stretch here, but get a better view of the figure. Kind of cool. While we're on the topic of packaging, I wanted to show some of the other Figura Obscura figures. We got Father Christmas to the right, and we got Krampus to the left. The left is the first Krampus that we've gotten. We've also received the red Krampus, which I got right over here. And the other figura obscura is this beastly box, the Headless Horseman. Okay, and if you're like me and you run before you walk, you know, all the characters here are actually named in the back of the bio. So take a look at that, guys. It's a really good read if you're getting into the lore. Ooh. Okay, folks, so this is actually new. I was getting the figure out of the box and I thought this was different, but I think my shoulder piece actually broke off. Okay. So that is actually not a big deal. I am going to go ahead and super glue that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick and we'll get back to you. All right, so that was definitely a first. These two pieces, they are separate pieces. So when I took it out of the plastic, these two broke apart. Okay. I guess that'll happen sometimes, but it's nothing that a little super glue can't fix. So we're gonna go ahead and let that sit for a second. But while we do that, let's go ahead and look at the accessories real quick. Before we do that, this did come with a little background cardboard piece. Another chance to display if you want to utilize this. So first up, it's the new piece. These are called the Cloud Walking Boots. So very new, very unique design, which I love. I love this purple color, the purple, the gold, the white detail down here. This is awesome. Oh, look at even the toes right here. That's cool. I love the shape of these. This is great. Next up, we got two scrolls. Here, I believe, is a gourd. And then we got a peach over here, or some kind of mystical fruit. And here we go. We got his staff, which is pretty awesome. And I believe this is new as well. We got two of the Phoenix feathers, which goes on top of the headpiece. And then right over here, we got some extra face plates, which we will be getting a close look at it shortly, but here you go. Here's a couple. Here's one with it yelling. Here's another yeller, but this one has a crown and has the holes in it for the feathers, which let's put this in right now. I believe that's how it goes. It might be the other way around. Looks pretty mystical if you ask me. Hinges, here's a pair of gripping hands. And lastly, he comes with a tail, which we will be looking at very shortly. All right, folks, we are now looking at the figure himself, Sun Wukong. He looks gorgeous, I will say that. We'll take a very close look at the details shortly, but I do want to bring up two QC issues. Okay. This figure in particular, I don't think it's necessarily the Four Horsemen's faults, but there you go. But number one, when I took this out of the package, I showed that a second ago, this shoulder, it did like snap off the peg. So it's all good. It's actually dried with super glue right now. So I'm giving that a second before I start fiddling around with it, but it is in there on the peg. And next up is actually the tail. I believe I've been putting the tail in the right way. I did heat this up and everything. My tail is pretty loose. I'm not sure if it's the peg hole or the actual pant hole itself where it's supposed to go in, the little boom boom, whatever. It's just loose, you know, and I'm not sure if that's intended, you know, if this is an intended feature to be that loose. Typically I'm used to these being a little like tighter, but you know, it's all good. That's something that we could fix, but you know, those are QC issues that you may run into. And you know, luckily for me, I do have like 3 of them coming in, so it's not the end of the world that, you know, one of these are going to be loose. That's just a thing that happens with Four Horsemen figures sometimes. That just happens. So not exactly the most ideal situation, you know, for me opening this first impressions, but I feel like it's going to be okay in the long run. Okay, folks, as I was posing this figure, just to start looking at the details, got one more QC issue, which is his top half is really loose too. Okay. Unfortunately. So almost perfect, almost, you know, I'm still trying to remain positive and enjoy the figure for what it is. You know, like I know this is not the experience that everyone is having, but I have to just be honest with what I got in hand. And I know this is typically not up to standard for Four Horsemen. Usually their figures, their joints and stuff are pretty good, but I do want to just make sure to include that in here. But I do just want to show that that is something you can run into sometimes. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and start looking at the details. Okay, enough monkey business with this negativeness. Let's start looking at the positives. I changed the light so we can see the figure a little bit better. There are a ton of new parts, like just at a glance. So starting at the head, which is probably going to be my favorite headpiece. I love painted face looks. This just does it for me. I love how this is a brand new sculpt in general. It does have the feature of replacing the faceplate. So all you gotta do is just pull it out and we can put in the other face, which is the same, but he's just yelling. I did notice that the material is pretty soft, which I do like that. I do like that. That is cool. But the details of the paint here are just amazing and, you know, really up there with the Four Horsemen standard. You don't expect any less with the painting. So great job there. Here was the default face, which is also pretty good, pretty menacing. And then let's just swap out his head real quick. Here he is with the feathers on its head. We'll do some poses and we'll do some comparisons eventually, but just want to show that. Moving right along, we are looking at the cloth piece, the soft goods, made by CJ, tailored by CJ. Really cool new piece. I don't know if you could take this out, and I really don't want to try, but this looks cool. So looks like it's just like a little bit of a hooded piece. You could probably use this as like some sort of bandana later if you really wanted to, but I think this up front looks cool. As far as the soft goods go, he does have like a belt here as well. I don't think is this wired? It's not, is it wired? It could be, I don't know. Actually, hold on. Looks like there's a tiny little wire in there. So the quality of the soft goods from Four Horsemen recently have been just amazing. Like they are absolutely crushing it. So it's nice. You can make some dynamic poses. Is it the same thing up here? Yep, it is the same up here. And it looks like they added another piece over here as well. Tabard pieces. Looks like he has two right here. Really cool. Soft goods. Just looking at that. Great job, CJ. Look at that. That's amazing. Moving on to the shoulder pieces. Brand new. Also awesome chainmail. Look at the menacing face over here. Same exact on the other side. I believe this is a new piece as well. I don't know if we've ever gotten this before. Mine has a little bit of paint over here, so it bled onto the white part. So that's okay. Purple, green beads. That's a cool, unique piece right here. I believe we could take that right off. Let's try that. Oh yeah, there you go. So that's a cool piece if you want to paint that up, make a custom. While we're looking at this without everything, a new piece right over here as well, around the neck. So you can see the details on that. This chest piece right over here is great as well. Love the gold chain, love the red in the middle with the turquoise looking color. And what stands out here is the face right over here as well. That looks freaking amazing. New belt piece, I love that. And you can see the blue necklace as well over here. Part of that nice rubbery goods. And then like it's over here as well. So I'm just very curious on the reuse of this later, or if the Four Horsemen is just gonna keep it specifically for this guy. Going around, you can see more detail on this belt piece. Again, this is just one piece and it goes all the way around, but that looks absolutely phenomenal. Let's put his head back on. Moving right along, his arm pieces, I believe this is reuse. I just don't know if this was used on Dubon. Yeah, there you go. Yep, this is Dubon's same arm. A new feature on this figure is that it has extended wrist guards right here. So the gauntlets, I believe, is this the gauntlets? I don't know, wrist guards. But the details on this is pretty cool as well. Nice little red ribbons here. Our hands, which looks amazing as well. Another brand new piece. Everything on here is new except the pants and the legs. Brand new piece as well over here. Cloth goods. I feel like we've seen these, but just in a different color. We do have the leg pieces right here, the cloth legs, I believe those are also from Dubon. Nice to have that. Actually, no, Dubon has brown legs. This one is nice, so this does match if you want to make some basic looking characters. Shin guards, here we go. Look at that, guys. Detail all over. That looks awesome. Love that. And the feet. His feet look like monkey feet. But yeah, the details on this figure is just absolutely phenomenal. I'm loving it. Let's take a look at its articulation. Moving right along, we are now going to start with the articulation. Let's start with the head. We can look up, we can look down. As I was holding this up, the body fell because this is loose. Again, you know, just a little minor QC thing. But moving to the arms, we do have limited articulation because of this armor slot, but you know, like a lot of Mythic Legions, these are modular pieces, so taking that off, we can do a T-pose if we really wanted to, but we can lift it right up to here, can go full circle. We got bend on the elbow right here, we got wrist gauntlet swivel, wrist swivel, and actually we do have another grip hand that has the opposite, so that's kind of nice. Since he is a clunky boy, he has tons of armor, but he can turn on the ball joints. Legs, also somewhat with the legs, you can do a little bit of a split here. Actually, let's see, let's try it out. Oh, see a tail. There you go. Got a little bit of a split here. Legs, thighs, there is a twist over here. Knees, whoops, another pop-up. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to do this without the tail, but here you go. Legs, knees, about right there is what we can do. And then ankle on a joint here. And actually something that Juan called out in our chat was the feet details here does not match with the pants or this. I wish it would have matched with this right here, but you know, I guess this is okay. So just a little nitpicky detail. Something I want to point out real quick is the tail articulation. This is really unique for this figure, and it makes me think that they may release another one down the line, or maybe other monkeys to utilize this part. This is cool. So it is a rubbery material, so you can bend it however you want. I do know that people do pose it with him sitting like this, cross-legged. I won't be able to do it with mine because mine is so loose, but I will try it with another Monkey King. Okay, folks, let's do some comparisons to some of the other figures in the line. To the left, I got my custom Orc King that I worked on. We also got Lord Bardrick right over here, and we got Krona over here. A few more comparisons. We got the Orc Deluxe Builder to the left, the female version from the War of Aetherblade. We got the Templar Knights from the reinforcements, and we got King Noglin. A few more legions we got over here. We got Belphegor, we got the Xylernian Guard, and we got Valak. Few more comparisons here. We got the Jaguar from the Furious 4 Legions Con exclusive headpiece. We got two of the other figures from the Figura Obscura line. We got Santa Claus to the right, and we got the Red Krampus to the left. And to wrap up the comparisons, we got a couple of figures outside of the Mythic Legions line. We got to the left Ciri from McFarlane, The Witcher, and to the right we got some SH figure arts. We got Trunks, the boy from the future. And fun fact, guys, with Goku, his name originates from the Monkey King, so that's a cool little fact. Just wanted to do a quick swap. I thought this was pretty fun. Threw this guy on Valak's body, which I think works. I've seen some people use this head on the test shots for the Cosmic Legions that are coming in, so you get to make your own space monkeys, which I think is going to be pretty cool. So I do have a couple of those pre-ordered, which I'm really excited to play around with, and I will do reviews on some Cosmics in the future. I did not go all in with that wave, but you know, I'm gonna hand select because I'm already going crazy with the Legions, so you know, we have to choose our line, right? But yeah, guys, I mean, overall my thoughts on this figure is I think it's fantastic. I love everything about this figure, guys. I do. I think this is very much going to be my figure of the year, you know, just messing around with it. Oh. There you go. Once I get a better one, you know, when my other ones come through, yes, I think this will be my figure of the year. However, just given the fact that, you know, I'm running into some QC issues here. If you're very familiar with the line, these are very easy fixes, But again, if you're not familiar with the line and you run into these things, you're gonna complain about it, right? I know how people are, I know how the collectors are in this community. I was talking to other people and everyone else's figures were pretty much flawless. So, you know, again, this is like luck of the draw with that one. But overall, I have to give this a really good review, guys. I love everything about this and what it represents and just what we have here as an action figure. Like, this is really cool to have as an action figure. So I'm gonna end this right here, but I'm gonna do a couple of poses. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this action figure. Did you pick up Sun Wukong? Did you have any QC issues? Or was your figure perfect? I'm gonna leave you guys at that. So that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.